Hello, and welcome to the Miranda Business Community Podcast, presented by the Miranda Chamber of Commerce. In this space, we feature local business leaders making a difference in the Miranda community. They share information about their business, what makes them successful, what they have learned, and tips to help you in your business or daily life. I'm Amanda Wiggins, your host for today's podcast. Alrighty, welcome back. We are so excited to have an extra special guest here today with our Miranda Chamber Business Community Podcast, Dori Stolmaker, the president and owner of Distinctive Cleaning and Maintenance Services. Welcome, Dori.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
We're so glad to have you. So let's start out with, who is Dori Stolmaker and what has been the path to where you are today?
Sure. Well, I am a runner, a business owner, passionate about life and my health and the health of others. I'm dedicated to the opportunity of making other people successful in life. I'm a coach, I'm a mentor, I'm continually learning as knowledge is power and continually growing, choosing to be better than yesterday. I can't say that I dreamed of owning a cleaning company. Once it started, I got better and better at doing it. In 15 years, I have grown exponentially in my own cleaning skills and my business expertise. So I've been involved in the cleaning world off and on since I was in my 20s. I had a branch of the cleaning business in South Carolina for 5 years before moving to Arizona. So many don't know that I worked indirectly for Costco, managing the floral department for all of Arizona, Nevada, and New Mexico for 4 years. That management position also involved instructing individuals on cleaning display cases. So it's in my blood.
I love that. And one of the things that stood out to me, and I just got to make a note about it, is so many business owners say they're coaches and mentors. And we've seen that on our podcast. Can you tell me a little bit more about that with you?
I have 15 employees on staff, and it is encouraging them and motivating them to be better every day, not only at work, but also in their personal lives and development. It's accountability. And it's not necessarily just about cleaning, but it's teaching the practices of what that cleaning means to a client out in the field and how important and special they are to what they do every day out there.
I love that. Please tell us a little bit more about Distinctive Cleaning and Maintenance Services.
So Distinctive Cleaning and Maintenance Services began 15 years ago this coming February, and it has been 15 years.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
Incredible.
So actually, it goes way back to when I was 12. My dad, Ed Stolmaker, started the cleaning company in New Jersey. Many of you may not know that as well, but my dad ran that business for 20 years in New Jersey. So the name and the logo are my heritage. So my business sense was acquired from my dad. And today the business is very different from back then because we have all these apps to manage every aspect of it, from field operations to HR, managing supplies in the office to scheduling. So there's never any mishap with people not showing up to work, which is so different from 30 to 40 years ago.
That's incredible. And I want to make a note that your father, Ed Stolmaker, led our Miranda Chamber of Commerce for 15 years as a well-known, a well-loved business leader in our community. So that is a foundation that is really incredible to start with for you and to weave into your business.
Yes.
You've got a unique perspective into business from that
I do.
heritage.
Yes. Yep.
Excellent. And so what sets Distinctive Cleaning and Maintenance Services apart, and how have you remained competitive in the health industry? And I love what you said, because you led us into that this has changed. You've changed this business from what it was.
So what sets me apart from other companies, it's a few things. So first, our training program is a 40-day training program. So no one goes into the field on their own without first going through the 40-day training program. Second, all employees work individually and they're assigned to specific houses unless a client specifically requests a team. Okay. And then third, all of our products are commercial grade, which means from the inception of the company, I worked with products that kill MRSA, SARS, HIV, viruses, hepatitis, just even the COVID virus today. Okay. So I also have products that are organic and are created by myself. So when a client requests green, I can accommodate that request as well. Lastly is my people. So I have a team who works very hard to exceed client expectations. They're the backbone of my business and business success. So I've remained competitive in the health industry because of the training and the investment that goes into my staff.
And it really does feel like that when you mentioned part of that is educating your team about what they're really doing. You know, on the surface, they may be disinfecting, cleaning, helping people on that. But what is that next level that they're doing for the clients that you serve?
We change people's lives by cleaning their house. I have had numerous people cry when we're done. They just don't know where to start. And it's not even the worst of the worst. Sometimes it's the clients that they just need a little bit of help, right? They've had an injury or they're fatigued or they're going through different situations in life. And it's one thing that is overwhelming. I had a conversation with a client this past week that because we clean her house, she has now been able to start another business. She didn't have that freedom, not only from time, but mental clarity to be able to start and launch her new company, which she'll be starting off in December. That is what makes me extremely happy for the people that clean, that they also are able to have that feeling going forward. And they understand what they're doing and how important it is.
That's powerful. They're a part of that for their lives.
They
are part of them making more time or being able to be more creative
yes.
in that process.
Yep.
What is one common myth about your field you want to debunk? This is kind of a fun one we like to throw in.
You do not need hot water to clean.
What?
No. You don't need warm water.
I trust
you don't
Dori.
need hot water. Yes. Hot water, if it is too hot, actually changes the chemical makeup of products.
Wow.
And most people, you don't really think about it, but especially in Arizona with the heat, if you have cleaning products and it's 115 degrees and you're filling up your mop water outside from a tremendously hot water spigot, then you put a chemical in there, you can ideally change the formula of that product because most packaging says keep within a certain temperature. It's a misnomer. You don't need hot water.
Wow, I love that. That's your nugget for today. I love that, Dori, and you're definitely the expert in this. So thank you for clearing that up for us. And then next, why do you choose Miranda, Arizona?
So I love being surrounded by the mountains, lots of land for outdoor activities. And of course, my dad was here. And that's why I ended up moving from Phoenix permanently down to Tucson, to Miranda.
We are so glad that we have you in our community. What is the advice you would give yourself for your career knowing what you know now?
So be patient. I didn't have that at younger years. Believe in yourself. You are stronger than you think you are. Don't listen to what everyone says. Don't ever give up on yourself, and be the person that you want others to be.
I love that. What is some of the best resources that have helped you in building this 15-year legacy here in Tucson and Miranda?
Well, the Miranda Chamber, of course.
Love to hear it.
I sit on the board of the BBB, and so that is another avenue. And community events. And of course, the internet searches.
We've heard that. That's also a theme here. And BBB is Better Business Bureau.
Yes.
Sit on the board for that.
Yep.
Excellent. Did it come naturally for you to know what would motivate your team? That team aspect of so much of what you do. Did that come naturally for you, or did you have resources in that?
Yes.
Excellent.
I mean, I've learned different approaches for motivating, but as far as being that motivator, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a go-getter.
I love it.
And if you motivate yourself, then naturally that motivation shines through, and then people feel that, and then they want to also do the same.
Yeah, it's so simple, but not everyone's got it, Dori. So I just wanted to know where yours came from. What is your vision for our community?
So I see the vision of Miranda growing and expanding upon its foundation statement of your town. I see a vision of where the community works with one another, builds more parks, running paths, a town community where kids have an opportunity to have fun and enjoy their childhood, and adopt a community center for families and kids in the community that are less fortunate but have those same opportunities.
That's beautiful. I do want to quickly think about, for the listeners today, can you give us some examples of what your clients look like, so that maybe they think, well, that's not for me. I can't be that extra where I need somebody to help me in this spot. What do your clients look like? I imagine it's a diverse range, but some of us need to hear that.
So it is a very diverse range. I would say, some of our clients, they have kids, they have pets, the dog hair is in abundance. So
relatable.
Yes. But we also have clients where they just need a little help. So instead of cleaning an entire house, we may just come in and clean the bathrooms and vacuum mop the floors. We have clients where we do a deep clean every quarter, where we don't go in on a regular basis. It's every quarter we come in and we deep clean your house top to bottom. We have other clients that want the whole shebang every time we go. And the clients are, single, married, kids, no kids, the elderly. It is, when I go out and I meet with a client, I have an estimation program, and we go through what those clients' needs and wants are, because there is not one client that is the same. And over the years, I have learned that everyone's clean is very different. So when someone calls me on the phone and says, can you give me an estimate over the phone? I say, unfortunately, everyone's clean is very different. So it's best that we come out and set up a time and do a walkthrough. So it really is, it is a broad spectrum, but there's not one person that cannot benefit from a clean home. Because when you have a clean home, you have a clean mind. You have a refreshing feeling that I have the weekend free.
Yeah, your weekends belong to you.
Correct. Yes. Or it's after the weekend and it's a Monday or a Tuesday and they're like, I cannot take this on right now. So, but yes, so there's a different scenario for every different person. And some people like the middle of the week. Some people like Friday. Some people like Mondays. Some people don't want Mondays because they don't want someone in their house after the weekend. So once again, it fits everyone's need and budget depending on what services that they would like done on a regular basis.
Okay, well
Does that help?
It does. It does. Because I think for a lot of people, it's a barrier, right? Like, well, that comes with a stigma that, well, I have to clean my own house because so I think that that's pretty incredible to hear that. A lot of us keep saying we need more time in the day, and what a solution for people and all different stages of life.
We have a couple clients where we go in and just dust their blinds, all those wonderful blinds that people have in their houses. We dust the blinds, we clean the toilets, we clean the sinks, and we vacuum and mop. And we do that every other week. So every estimate is customized for a client's needs and also their budget.
I additionally want to ask, how has the past year and a half been with your business? And what has that looked like? What adjustments have you had to make, I imagine?
So interestingly enough, it took us out of a comfort zone. We used to have meetings more often in the office. And what ended up transpiring was we created a health and wellness Facebook page for the team, for all the employees. And we began to post and communicate through that avenue where we did before and after photos. We would run mini contests every week. We have different people that would post videos about, hey, here's the best way to clean your vacuum cord. So because of that happening, we began to have more engagement between everybody. Because remember, everyone works on their own because everyone has houses that are assigned to them.
So bringing that team together.
It was a blessing in disguise from that respect. The challenges, of course, was hiring, as everybody else was and is having. And so there is a hiring process that we go through, and it takes 2 to 3 days before we allow someone to even come on board. And so now it's taking a little bit longer because we're looking for those individuals that are a good fit for the company.
That's really interesting to hear that Facebook group sort of felt
it was
fill
great.
in, and you didn't know you needed it. But how excellent to have your team connected that way to share. So in it, we will be sharing in the show notes your website, social media, contact information, Miranda Chamber contact page on our website as well.
Yes.
But for listeners, what is the best way to reach you? People who might be driving to their next meeting right now.
So we do have a admin phone that is in the office that is answered most business days 8 to 5. And that number is 520-539-5986.
Okay, so we'll make sure that we put that up there as well, in addition to the other avenues that you have for contacting you. But the phone would be the best way to get their scheduled, come on out and see what their type of clean is or their level of clean.
Yes, see what their level of clean is. Yes.
Well, excellent, Dori. This was really wonderful. Is there anything else that you'd like to share here while we have you on the Miranda Business Community Podcast as one of our featured guests and featured businesses that we're excited?
Well, I want to thank the Miranda Chamber for being such a supportive network to my business, and I'm sure to other businesses as well, and the community that I feel when I'm engaged and at the events. And it's very warming, and it feels like more like a family, and I am very thankful for that. And I want to thank the community for their support through this hard time this past summer, and everything that was provided and given to me, from the kind felt words from my dad's passing this past summer. So it was beautiful and wonderful to hear so many shared stories, and I cannot thank the Miranda community enough for the support and love that they gave. And I want to thank the Chamber for naming the golf tournament.
Yes, the annual golf tournament named after Ed Stolmaker.
Yes. Yeah, and the town, because
the building that Miranda Chamber is in is also the Ed Stolmaker building. We'll be getting that beautiful plaque up shortly and making announcements about that. Yes.
I am so proud to have that legacy of my dad, and I will always aspire to be like him.
I think that is beautiful, and exactly what you said about this being a family, I think is created by his legacy that he had for 15 years. I've heard that being new to the chamber, that's why there's something special here, and that doesn't happen on accident. That happens with really good people. And so I've seen that, and I'm excited you're here. I'm excited you're involved in our chamber, and that you are a business leader in our community making a difference.
Yes. And thank you so much. It's so wonderful working with you, and I enjoy spending time with you.
All back to you, Dori. All back to you. Thank you so much for being here. You're an incredible part of this community, and thank you for listening today. And also thank you to Anstar Production Group for recording and producing this wonderful podcast that we get to host every other week. Have a great day.
Thank you.